everybody! So the other day I did a casting of what I think the X-Men should look like in the MCU or in Marvel in general, what I would like to see in a live action cast. Really quick rundown of me personally. I am a filmmaker and a casting person. I love to do casting. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I would like to just put my 2 cents out there of who I think we should see as like a Fantastic Four. I know we've already gotten a Fantastic Four casting, but you know what? I want to make my own version of them, so this is who I would be casting. I'm sure the film will be fine with who they casted, but this would be what I would like to see. To get this started off right, let's discuss the Fantastic Four. I do want to put this out there. I do not plan on casting Doctor Doom in this video. That would be a separate video for another time, and I need to do more research because I have a very specific idea of what we need, and I have not found an actor I would like personally. I'm going to need to watch some more films to find the right person for this. So if you're looking for a Doctor Doom recast right now, this is not the video, but at some point, if you'd like to see that, let me know down below. If you'd like to see like a full Marvel villains casting, and I will try to put that together. For my version of the Fantastic Four in my casting choices, I want to first start off with Reed, because obviously, Mr. Fantastic, let's go for him first. We're going to pick out who we want for him. So, I feel like we've had some interesting casting choices before. Honestly, I don't mind anyone we've had playing Reed yet. I feel like all of the actors have been a pretty good choice. They didn't necessarily bring what I would have liked to see, but they brought certain levels of charm to the character. They were smart, they were stretchy. I definitely just kind of feel like I have a very specific idea of what I would like to see from Reed because we don't get to see a lot of his neurotic personality that often, I feel. And so I've been saying this for a while, but I would like to see Jesse Eisenberg play Reed. He's at the right age now. He really feels like a Mr. Fantastic. He plays that kind of rich, sarcastic guy really well. Like, he can play that character well. He can play that smart guy really well. Like, he is very much the right kind of guy for this, especially when he has a shorter hair. We gave him a little gray on the sides. He would look just like Reed. Like, he would look just like him. And he has that kind of energy of, you could tell him, you could see that he would outsmart you, and he could kind of make you feel bad about your intelligence level. He's done that before in like Social Network and films like that, but he also has really good comedy chops, so he will be likable. Like, on some level, I do really want to cast the Fantastic Four as if they are the first family of Marvel, which is what they are. I feel like a lot of times we see them very much as like standalone four people who just happen to be on a team, but I would like to cast this more as like a family. So like, I think he would have that kind of arrogant older like father figure type energy, but also you could see having like Franklin run up to him and be his child and like be like, daddy. Like, he could I feel like he could bring a level of charm and also care to the role that we've not seen quite yet. So I definitely feel like that is my casting choice, who I would like to see playing Mr. Fantastic / Reed Richards. So Jesse Eisenberg is going to be my choice for that. So in the same vein of people that have worked together with Jesse Eisenberg, I was watching Social Network, as I do, and I would like to see Rooney Mara play Sue Storm. They were onto something in the last Fantastic Four adaptation with Kate Mara, but they just got the wrong sister. Honestly, Rooney Mara, when you see her blonde in Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, when she's wearing that wig, that's Sue Storm. She's running around Banks with a blonde wig. She looks gorgeous, she's smart, she's intelligent, but also she can get away with things because you're not paying attention to her. She already feels like somebody who could be invisible, but you want to look at her. Sue Storm. Also, her and Jesse Eisenberg playing the first real couple, like the first family couple of Marvel. That'd be so good. Honestly, I feel like they have good, like, charm together, but also, I believe their marriage is on the rocks. I believe that they might not make it work. But then when they get back together, they go, yeah, you guys work hard on this. Marriage is not easy for everybody. You make things work. Yeah, it's fine. Like, you can understand that from those two. You can honestly see those two characters having a tumultuous relationship, but then coming back together at the end. Also, Rooney is such a good actress. I just want to see more work for her always. I want to put her in everything I can. She has my heart. Literally, during the Oscars when Girl with the Dragon Tattoo was out, I literally like had a campaign on YouTube about like, I had like little signs when she didn't win, I was like crying. A black and white videos of me being like, let Rooney win. So I want to see more roles for her. I mean, she does fine for herself. I just always want more. I always want someone to give her everything. Because, oh, she's so good. So, yeah, I want to see her as Sue Storm. And I just think she would resemble the character very well. And then also bring a certain level of intellect to the character and really dive deep. Because that's the problem. I don't want to see Sue Storm being just Reed's wife or Jonny's sister. Why is an Invisible Girl more of a person or a full character? Is an invisible girl or an invisible woman? I better look it up. Both. She's gone by both. Okay, so either way, Sue Storm should be a great Sue Storm. She would bring some level of intellect, and it would just be such a great choice. So like that is my choice, would be Rooney Mara for the amazing Invisible Woman. For the Human Torch, Johnny Storm, my casting choice is Oliver Stark. I feel that Oliver Stark is Johnny Storm. He has the looks, he has the wit, he has the sarcasm, he is likable enough. You also just want to be an older sister to him. You want to take care of him and put him on the right path. He plays that role really well. He, again, fits the character in a way that I feel like really matters. He has like the right kind of body type for it. He looks similar to the character. He has a very similar resemblance. Also, I feel like him and Rooney would have a really interesting back and forth as brother and sister, especially when we get his sarcasm and his like kind of wit, like that kind of snarky attitude he has. Like her having to essentially parent him, I feel like they could definitely pull it off. They have like a, I feel like they have a similar kind of vibe that could really play as brother and sister very well. Also, I would love to see what he would do if we wanted to branch out into like a Spider-Man movie where we have Human Torch and Spider-Man hanging out. Like, I would love to be able to see what he could do as a Johnny Storm in a larger Marvel Universe type situation. If you guys have watched 911, you know that Oliver Stark can like really bring a lot of heartfelt moments as well as some comedy. Like, he's good at playing the drama and the action hero. He's very capable of being that person. And so I do feel like he would be a very good choice for Human Torch. Like, everything about him screams this. So honestly, when they were casting the current Fantastic Four, I really thought they were going to go this way. He felt like the right caliber of star, just kind of up and coming still, and just enough that he would be somebody you would put in that role. But they didn't, so that means it's up to me for my casting choice to say that Oliver Stark should be the Human Torch. It's just perfect. He's right there. Then we get to Thing. This one was a little bit difficult because honestly, it's going to be a CGI character probably, sadly. I mean, I would love to do a practical effect, but either way, it's still not really going to be a lot about the actor's actual face. It's going to be somebody either in a costume or all done up. I mean, I had a bunch of people on my list that would just be funny for the sheer jokes alone, like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. The Rock is playing Thing, which is a rock. Kind of funny, but other than that, it's probably not that good of a casting choice. And so I started thinking of who would work well in this kind of group, who would be a good addition. And I feel like Thing is a hard one because he's not actually related to the family. He's like more of the adopted uncle. So who's like a good adopted uncle, especially for this group of three people we already have kind of established? Woody Harrelson. I know he played Carnage. That's great. That's something else. That's a different movie. That's not part of our thing. He can be Carnage and Thing. That's fine. I feel like he would bring a certain level of uncle charm. Like, he would feel like somebody that you would want to leave your kids with because he would kind of keep them safe as a big rock guy. And again, it's going to be mostly CGI, so it would just probably be mostly voice work. But I mean, if it did have to get to physical, we could do like the little dots all over him and, you know, motion capture. But I just feel like he would have a lot of fun with that character, and he could bring some depth because he is a very good serious actor as well. I think a lot of people forget that he is serious. And I feel like that's something that we need with Thing. You either get a scary rock monster who has no personality except for rock, or you get like a joke. And that's not fair to the character because he's a little bit of both. He's like a funny guy who does struggle with body image issues and struggles with kind of acceptance. And I feel like Woody Harrelson would bring a lot to that role. Also, the amount of times him and Jesse Eisenberg have worked together, they have great chemistry already. They just make sense. They definitely seem like people who are related or family members in some way, even though I don't think they've ever played real family members. They always like kind of do adopted family members type thing. But they really would work well as this kind of team. So that would be our main Fantastic Four. Like I said, I do not think I'm not going to be casting Doctor Doom in this, but for this film also, I don't know if I'd want Doctor Doom to be our first villain right out the bat. I feel like a lot of times you kind of go right for the big bad villain, and you don't actually get to go deeper or go into more of the small things so you can like lead up to the biggest villain in Marvel in theory. So like, I don't want to do Galactus or the Silver Surfer. I don't want to do Doctor Doom. So what I was thinking for the first outing in this film, we would do Moleman. Easy enough villain, just a guy. Enough so that we get to know the characters more. It's more about that, and it's not about trying to defeat the biggest, worst evil ever. So I was thinking for Moleman, pretty obvious, pretty on the nose, but like Danny DeVito probably. Maybe Charlie Day. But I feel like Danny DeVito is the right kind of actor for this. I feel like he would just be very good casting for that. He kind of has... I mean, I feel like we kind of get similar performances from what we'd want from, like, when he was in, like, played Penguin. Like, honestly, he just would kind of fit that character pretty well. I'm not, like, married to it. I'm also not married to that being the villain they face. But I just feel like for our first outing, Moleman would be a decent enough kind of villain that wouldn't distract too much from meeting the actual Fantastic Four and learning about them and dealing with their dynamic. It just feels like a lot of times we do skip over those kind of fun moments so we can just get to Doctor Doom, we can get to the drama, we can get to him flirting with Sue, we can get to them fighting him off, whatever. And it's kind of like, instead of actually loving the Fantastic Four for who they are, we are instantly jumping right to why they hate the bad guy. And in some, it's like, he's part of their origins too, and it's like, can we just focus on the four? There's only four of them. Let's put all of our energy there and call it a day. Anyway, that was my cast for Fantastic Four. That would be like the first film. At some point, I would love to do like a Franklin type thing. If you guys would like to see more Marvel castings or movie castings in general, leave a comment down below what movie you think I should do next, or what superhero team you'd like me to cast, and I would love to check it out. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and like for more movie content and film related material. Bye!